Okay, just got more coffee. I'm all juiced up. We're going to dive into more of these people who think they're smart, but they're not. There's lots of stupid people, but then there's stupid people who think they're elite, and that means that they should control everyone and decide things for people. And those are the most dangerous. That's the pseudo intelligentsia. So it's the rationalist community and the effective altruists that I'm going to be talking about because I've spent a lot of time talking to them. And I posted on their websites, the EA forum and Less Wrong, and you can go check their replies to my posts to see the quality of their cognition. So I'm going to go into a few more specific examples. This isn't me listing all of them because there's a lot, but these are indicative. So it was 4 years ago. It's 4 years ago when there was a post, a long essay posted on the Effective Altruist Forum called Doing EA Better. And it was written in collaboration by a dozen different risk analysts. They had all been spending an entire year trying to explain to the leaders of EA that they're doing risk analysis wrong. The actual professionals were telling the leaders of the effective altruist movement, hey, you're doing it wrong. For a year, and the leaders of EA, this is Will McCaskill and his crew, were telling the actual risk analysts, no, we know better than you. You're wrong, we're right, without providing evidence or reasoning. And so, after an entire year of trying to talk to EA about how you're doing it wrong, the 12 risk analysts posted the essay Doing EA Better, explaining what they've been through and the problem with EA's method of doing risk analysis. And the people who are part of the effective altruist movement make an oath, they make a pledge to do what's called steel manning, which is the opposite of straw manning. Straw manning is where you misrepresent what the other person's concept is so that you can defeat the misrepresentation. You distract on a tangent that is not relevant to the actual concept. The actual debate is avoided because you know you'd lose. So this is a point I mentioned in other videos. If I make a series of arguments in a debate and you do not provide a rebuttal, you use tactics of any kind, then you've just lost the debate because you're admitting that you don't have a rebuttal. If you had a rebuttal, you would have said it. And a rebuttal is specifically when you point out what the error is that the other person included and you prove why it's an error. You don't get just to claim that they're wrong or go on a tangent. You have to actually provide a rebuttal or you've lost the debate. And so that's straw manning is only practiced by people who know they'd lose the debate, categorically. They know they'd lose, they don't have a rebuttal. That's why they resort to misrepresenting the concept so that they can defeat the misrepresentation. So steel manning is what the effective altruists make a pledge to do. They commit to it as their own personal oath. And in steel manning, you make the most faithful representation that you can of the other person's concept, and you try to argue in favor of their concept as best you can. Even if they didn't make the best arguments, you make the best arguments in favor of their argument for them. And then you show them where they're wrong, which is a lot of extra steps. But it's true that many people will argue in a debate when they don't have full information. They won't make the most clear-eyed and complete arguments. So it helps if you're willing to point out things that support their argument before tearing them down. So that was their commitment. Their pledge is to do steel manning and to never straw man. And then you look at the comments section of that essay that the risk analysts posted on the EA forum. And the EA members are straw manning them and going on tangents. And this isn't just a one-off, because you can also look through that whole comment section and you will see a number of other people who comment in reply to the essay Doing EA Better. And these people say something very specific. I'm not part of EA. I'm an outsider who was told by EA members to go onto the EA forum to talk to EA members. And the EA members did the exact same thing to me that they did to you. This is a persistent pattern of behavior where EA members, effective altruist members, claim to have an oath to steelman their opposition. And then when you look at the comment section, they never do. Not once. They are misrepresenting the concept and defeating the misrepresentation and declaring victory. They go on personal attacks. They distract on tangents. They complain about how the other person didn't say it politely enough, which is never an argument in any debate. You don't become true by being polite. And if someone tells you that you have to be polite to be correct, they admitted that they are trying to silence you, that you're supposed to appease their demands before they will accept what you're saying. I don't remember Socrates being polite. In fact, he was so rude they had him killed. It's been a very consistent pattern. Philosophers say stuff that upsets people. They're very rude about it. And then people want to ostracize them or kill them. So EA wields politeness as a weapon to silence anyone they disagree with. And they make an oath to steelman that they never keep. And that's the quality of their rational movement. They claim to be rational. I'll keep going into it.